What's up, guys? SpideyJew09 here, hoping that you have had a marvelous day. I wanted to share with you a small part of my Marvel Legends collection. This is quite possibly my favorite part of my collection because I love the simplicity of it and because it's Spider-Man. The inspiration for this display for me has been the 1990s animated Spider-Man series, which you can catch on Disney Plus right now. Great storyline and features a ton of Spider-Man villains in the Spider-Verse with a lot of emphasis on Venom and other major villains like Dr. Octopus and the Kingpin. And I just really loved that cartoon growing up. It is some of my fonder memories of my childhood, and I wanted to kind of pick up some of the essence of that animated series in this display, while at the same time kind of honoring my favorite artist of the 90s. A lot of people's favorite artist. Can't guess who that penmanship is. That is Todd McFarlane's version of Spider-Man with those big white eyes and dynamic and acrobatic looking poses with his spaghetti web. In fact, here's a drawing from my childhood here. You can see it was inspired by Todd McFarlane. But back to my display. This display kind of represents the makings of the Sinister Six, although there are 6 villains here. The villain that I'm really missing right now for the original Sinister Six is Sandman. Sandman has come in as a Build-A-Figure, and then also released in an SDCC pack, of which I do not have either one of those. I do have some of the Sandman Build-A-Figure pieces here, and I've got the body somewhere, but not all of it. I believe I might be missing the Spidey UK Build-A-Figure piece. Not really sure, I'd have to double check. But looking forward to getting him complete one day. I do have this Vulture here with the, this head sculpt. It's not everybody's favorite head sculpt, but I just really like this pose with this head sculpt. We'll probably one day replace it with the older, more classic looking Vulture head sculpt, but just not right now. We've got Electro from the Vintage Wave here. I have the other Electro with more of a modern version, but I like this classic version, obviously. Then we've got the Vintage Card Mysterio, the other Mysterio that was in the wave. That was in the display is right here. Haven't found what I want to do with him yet. And then we've got Kraven, Fat Ankle Kraven. I don't understand why we have painted on shoes for him, but I do like the body on this one better than the other Kraven that came in the Rhino wave. I've got him somewhere, and I like this face sculpt here, mean and angry, vicious looking. And then I've got the newest Green Goblin with the crazy-eyed Green Goblin here. A lot of people don't like the bright green and purple. I do, again. Reminds me more of the animated series. And then probably my favorite Spider-Man villain, right up there with Venom, Dr. Octopus. And I've modified him here with some, pretty aggressive tentacle arms. These arms were purchased in the mechanical section at Harbor Freight. And what's really cool is that the claws from this figure, see if I can get it to zoom in, they ported right into where the mirrors were on these arms. So these arms were long and not extendable, but long and bendable. And at the end of them, they had these mirrors that kind of pivoted on this ball. And that's how I have these arms ported in here. And so if I wanted to, you can can adjust these up and down, side to side, because it's on a ball. Of course, I like it coming straight at you. Really cool. Then we've got the new vintage Spider-Man web slinging back here in a very dynamic pose with his spaghetti-like webs inspired by, again, Todd McFarlane. Got one of the top-selling comic books of all time here, the Spider-Man #1 cover with Todd's artwork. Not a very expensive or valuable book, but one that I like to have. We've got the black costume Spider-Man. And this version of Spider-Man gets in one of the best, if not the best, three-point pose, period. Just love that pose. We need more of these wall-crawling fingers here for Spider-Man. And they have Venom. Now the cool thing about this Venom is it reminds me of the animated series Venom, with his tongue lashing out here with the green Venom on it. Well, I have this Venom here rather than some of the other Venoms, including the newest movie Venom or the larger Venom with the Monster Venom body mold. Then we have the Pizza Spider-Man. You know, widely accepted as the best Marvel Legends Spider-Man for a long, long time. Then we've got Peter Parker with his Spidey senses going off. Now that Spidey sense effect is from Slide Effects. And I'll post a link in the description of this video for you guys. Great company. I've got a number of effects from them. I'll do a quick glimpse of another one here, which is the Professor X effect. It'll be another video for another day, but you know, look those guys up. They're on Instagram. That's where I found them, and that's how I placed my order. And then Peter Parker's senses are going off because both of his ladies are with him, Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy. Now, both of these head sculpts came with the same packaging, so you know, in theory they would come on the same body. So what I did is I slightly modified this body to give Mary Jane different arms and remove the jacket. When I have time, I'll eventually paint that skirt so it'll be, you know, a totally different look, except for maybe the boots, or maybe I'll paint those as well. I do like this head sculpt. I might just find a different body altogether for this head sculpt, but right now, that's the modifying that I've done to give them a little bit of a different look. Really like the Daily Bugle newspaper here. And I love how Gwen Stacy's carrying her Midtown High school books. I've got a Scarlet Spider back here from he was like some kind of, you know, vintage card wave. I can't remember exactly what that wave is called, but really do like Scarlet Spider. I love his look. And this is not my favorite version of Scarlet Spider that we have for the Marvel Legends. That was for me, it was the original Scarlet Spider that was released. I like the red and blue better on that version of the figure. And then we have kind of this dynamic battle pose here between the McFarlane Toy Biz Spider-Man and Green Goblin. Spider-Man's getting ready to kick him, flying out of the sky. I love the detail of this Toy Biz Green Goblin here. I mean, it's just amazing. No wonder that company went out of business. They made incredible action figures and didn't charge enough. All the detail and paint apps. And of course, you already know if you watch my videos that this is my favorite version of Spider-Man. Then back here, losing a little bit of focus, we have the superposable Spider-Man, still in the packaging. Now, if you were to try to buy this today, say off of eBay, unless you get lucky, It's likely to set you back around $350 to $450. I traded for this. Took quite a bit of figures for me to get it, but I really wanted it. And I love having it in my display. Read a little bit more here, some of the other figures that went with it. I've got that Sandman, in fact. And it comes with these wall crawling walls here, these brick walls. You can see there. Kind of makes for a diorama. Packaging is still in really good shape. The clamshell is clear. It's a little dinged up right here at the bottom. Not too bad, not too noticeable, especially in the display. Let's see if I can put this back up without knocking everything over. And it didn't work. I still managed to knock it over. Well, we'll have to check on those guys in a second. Man down, man down. All right, back to the display here. I really, again, love the simplicity of this Spider-Man display and the essence that it takes, as it reminds me of the animated series, like I said. Let me know your thoughts. What could I do to improve? Who's missing? Who should I add? Or what should I change? I really hope that you are enjoying my videos and my collection. If you would, remember to like and subscribe and comment. You know, I'm a new YouTuber, still figuring out the YouTube game. I really don't have much of an agenda, but just to share with you guys and to create and just to get my collection out there for people to see and enjoy. Not everybody has the ability to buy this many action figures, and you know, if I could pass on a little bit of the enjoyment that I have through these videos, that'll have been well worth it. Love you guys. Remember, you have a friend in me, Spidey Jew 09. Have a marvelous afternoon. Thanks. Bye.